Justin Hunt's meticulously guarded life surrounding his son, Pete, is thrown into chaos when Tina claims Pete is secretly live-streaming, a claim investigated by his skeptical cousin, Chester. Simultaneously, a terrified informant reveals multiple groups are plotting to kidnap Pete, and a mysterious female bodyguard is secretly thwarting them, sparking feelings of relief and hidden affection in Justin. Who are Pete's enemies and what are their motives? Why is Nora secretly protecting him, and what are her true feelings? Is Pete actually live-streaming, and if so, how? What will Chester's investigation and the new screening system uncover? Will Justin confront Nora, and how will he handle these escalating threats? Justin finished up some work and left his office. It was too early to go home. Pete was at Chester's, but when Justin got in the car, he didn't instruct the chauffeur to head to the school to pick up Pete. "Where would you like to go, sir?" asked the chauffeur. "To the Golden Sunshine School." "Yes, sir." The school's 50th anniversary celebrations were coming up soon, and the 20 children involved in the opening ceremony dance had to practice for an hour more than usual. Cherry and her friends entered the dance studio at 4 o'clock and stood in line. Sinead was standing next to Cherry. Although she had been warned not to provoke Cherry, she had been pouting and glaring at her all day. After putting up with it for several hours, Sinead couldn't stand it anymore. She reached out her arm and pushed Cherry. Cherry stumbled backward a couple of steps. Looking at the other girl in surprise, she asked, "What are you doing, Sinead the dog?" Sinead yelled, "You're the dog, Cherry the dog. I'm not Sinead the dog." Mrs. Lowe walked in and heard Sinead crying. She frowned and asked, "What's wrong?" Sinead pointed at Cherry and said, "She's bullying me." Cherry shook her head and said, "That's a lie. I'm not bullying her." Mrs. Lowe shouted, "Cherry, apologize to Sinead immediately." Cherry was stunned for a moment. Then she shook her head and said, "I didn't do anything wrong." "How dare you be so impertinent? Step out in the hallway with me." Whitney grabbed Cherry by the arm and dragged her out of the dance studio. She said fiercely, "Cherry Smith, I've already figured it all out. Mr. Hunt only has a son. He doesn't have any daughters." Cherry said imploringly, "My father really is Justin Hunt." The light in Cherry's eyes dimmed a little. Her father didn't know she was his daughter. How was she going to ask him to pick her up? Whitney sneered, "Surely it isn't because your father doesn't want you, right?" "I'm not lying." Cherry clenched her fists and said fiercely, "My father really is Justin Hunt." Justin was sitting in his car a short distance away from the school gate. He stared straight at Cherry. He got out of the car and strode over. As soon as he approached, he heard Whitney saying sarcastically, "Ha! Are you even now insisting that your father is Justin Hunt? You might as well say you're the president's daughter if you think you're that great." As soon as the words left Whitney's mouth, a low, deep voice reached her. "She may not be the president's daughter, but I can arrange a meeting with him if you want to check with him yourself." Whitney froze as though she had become paralyzed. She slowly turned her head to see Justin standing right next to her. She looked at Cherry incredulously before looking at Justin again. She pointed at Cherry and stammered, Is this your child, Mr. Hunt?" Justin looked at Cherry with love and affection in his deep, dark eyes. Yes. He had confirmed it in public. Whitney felt overwhelmed. Cherry's father really was Justin Hunt. Justin stepped forward, bent down, and picked up Cherry. After getting Cherry into a comfortable position in his arms, Justin looked at Whitney and asked, "Who is your husband?" Whitney didn't want to answer, but she didn't dare keep quiet. She replied hesitantly, "Bob Lowe." "Bob Lowe?" Justin snorted softly. "I see." Turning, he walked back to his car while holding Cherry in his arms. Pete had already waited for over half an hour at Chester's, but his father still wasn't there to pick him up. The bored little boy sat at the doorstep with his chin in his hands. An SUV stopped at the entrance to the school, and Nora got out. She strode over to him and said, "Come with me, Pete." He was confused. Nora tucked a bit of hair behind her ear and said, a little embarrassed, "Your father happened to see Cherry at the kindergarten. When I arrived to pick her up, I couldn't find her. I was told that your dad had been there, so I drove over here to get you, and that's why I was late." Pete felt a little as if his father had abandoned him. A silent Pete followed Nora to the SUV. On the way home, he suddenly asked, "Mommy, what will you do if Daddy realizes who Cherry is?" Nora pursed her lips and said, "To be honest, it's not that we can't tell him the truth. We just need to find out why your father hates me. Everything depends on that answer." She didn't feel that she had done anything terrible at all. The two of them arrived at the Hunt mansion. Nora dropped Pete at his house. "Go on, Pete. I will see you soon." Pete waved a small goodbye to his mother as she drove off. Meanwhile, Justin, having left the Golden Sunshine Kindergarten, gently placed Cherry in the back of his car. They arrived at the Anderson Villa. Justin unbuckled Cherry and helped her out of the car. "Go on inside, sweetheart," he said, his voice unusually gentle. Cherry, her eyes bright with excitement from the day's events, skipped towards the entrance, pausing to wave at her father before disappearing inside. Justin watched her go, then turned and walked back towards his car, a thoughtful expression on his face. As he reached for the car door, his phone rang. He pulled it out and saw the caller ID, Lawrence. A flicker of seriousness crossed his face. He answered, "Lawrence?" "Mr. Hunt." Lawrence's voice came through the line. "I found some more information about Miss Smith." Justin's grip tightened on the phone. He glanced back at the house, where Cherry was now safely inside. "Tell me," he said, his voice low and firm. What was Justin thinking? Fury? Disgust? Or was there a flicker of something else in his eyes when he looked at Cherry? I needed answers. A plan. Anything to navigate the storm that was about to break. And what about Lawrence, Justin's right-hand man? What does Lawrence know about me? That question, a chilling whisper in the back of my mind, added another layer of dread. What secrets has he uncovered? And how will Justin use them against me? What happens now? And how will I protect my children from the fallout of my own actions and the information Lawrence holds?